This week on Fashion Fridays. Today we are going to be doing something different. I gave the girl a night. They just want to log off of life. Hello, and welcome home. I hope you had a wonderful week. Today we are going to be doing something different. I'm coming to you live from my computer. We're going to be doing some drawing. So I'm very excited for this. Drawing online is something that I learned how to do when I was in college, in first year. So haven't been doing it for too long. So the plan is to improve my drawing skills and teach you guys some things along the way. With drawing videos, there are so many different ones out there, so I struggled to kind of find something that was different so it would be interesting and worth your while to watch. And also there are so many different styles and ways in which you can draw, so it was hard for me to, I guess, pick one. And that's when I kind of thought about internet scenarios. I was going through Instagram and you see these kind of oh, if I was in this scenario, or if I can wear this and do this, that would be the dream. So I went through Instagram, found a couple of those, and what we're going to be doing over the next couple of episodes is going through these scenarios and figuring out what am I going to wear if I decide to just say fuck it and do these things, or if I was in these scenarios, how exactly would I dress? So let's get into it. So the first scenario I found here is one about running away to the woods. So sometimes I just want to run away from society and explore the world, settle down in a forest, and live there for the rest of my life, living from the things nature gives me instead of society. So post, a little bit dramatic, but I think it's, I don't know, not necessarily in this format. This is the only example of a post I could find, but it's something that I definitely have been seeing a lot. I think with everything that's been going on, a lot of people are kind of sharing that sentiment that they just want to log off of life and just go pick some mushrooms in a field. So thinking about that post, these are the kind of things that I took from that scenario, and these are the things that I'm going to take inspiration from when I'm trying to figure out my outfit. So I'm thinking about the weather, is it cold forest, is it warm, it's not summer all the time depending on where this forest is. Supplies, am I going to need an outfit with a lot of pockets if I have stuff to carry? I also get explorer vibes. I love nature, but I've never done camping or anything like that. So to go live there forever, that's a new frontier for me. So I would feel like an explorer for sure. I also think of scavenging and hunting. Again, am I gonna need to carry tools? Is this an outfit where maybe I want to design a backpack with it as well? I also thought of feral or fairy vibes, because in the forest, am I just gonna lose all civilization, bury face paint, bare skin, that kind of thing, embrace the inner wolf, if you will? Or am I gonna be on the more fairy side of things, picking mushrooms, just kind of sweeping my fingers through the flower fields as I walk by, making potions and shit? I think about that too, because two different vibes, two different outfits, that kind of thing. Again, because I said explorer, I thought of Milo from Atlantis. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, 10 out of 10 recommend. But here we have him, and I get explorer vibes from him. I really do. He's got the coat, the satchel, the notebook. He's ready to learn some shit and write it down in the name of science, And then we have his second outfit here, where it's kind of just him in the tank top and the pants. So I like the satchel kind of aspect. Maybe that will be how I carry my supplies. And I also love the versatility of it, because again, with the weather, I can layer up, but then if it gets hot, just go down to the undershirt. So I think I definitely want to do something like that with my outfit, kind of be able to, if it's hot, if it's hot, I can take it off or add things on if it gets colder, but it's not a big hassle, because I feel I want to travel light in this forest. Also, I love to think about color, so I think about greens. We're in a forest, the trees, the leaves, the bushes. I also think green is a very calming color, and you know what, I would want to blend it with my surroundings a bit. And I also think of the flora and the fauna. I love mushrooms. I follow whole Instagram pages. I just think they are very interesting, especially as a designer, because they come in all different shapes and textures and colors. So there's a lot, a freaking treasure trove of inspiration, if you will. And I also like flowers because, again, a lot of the colors we can get off of them would look very cute on outfits, and I want to blend with my surroundings. You know, flowers are pretty, especially when you put them on clothes. And last but not least, I think of like cottagecore. This is something that I learned off of TikTok. I did not know what it was before this, but I love like that cottagecore aspect. It's kind of like, you know, it's more of like that forest fairy type of vibe, you know, like pastels, your soft browns, that kind of thing. You're taking inspiration from like the flowers you're gonna see with like her dress or a shirt. I can't tell which one it is, but very floral, soft kind of vibe. So I went through all of that so we know, you know, like these are the things I'm thinking about in the back of my mind, kind of guiding me in a direction when I think about my outfit. But another great way to have a direction for your outfit, you know, we have to pick up some clues from the scenario, but now we got to put together an official vibe, if you will, and that is where mood boards come in, or inspiration boards. So those inspiration boards are images, illustrations, colors, textures, and words. Yeah, put it on a board, and the point of that is to show a direction for your project. And they're good for you to make because you have to pick your brain. You have to figure out what exactly you want from this project, or what I want from this outfit, and it'll give me a clear vision, which is great because, again, like with fashion, there's so much you can do, so being able to narrow it down is helpful for you. So things that you want to consider before even going and getting your photos, I like to define your style, you know, because this is obviously going to affect the type of pictures I'm looking for. If I'm looking for business casual, I'm not going to be looking for sport related photos or images that give off a sporty vibe. So for me, I would say my vibe is femme explorer. I love the cottagecore softness and colors, but you know what, I also am a practical gal. I want to be prepared because this is a forest, you know, so I want to mix the two together. Defining your color palette is also important because colors give off emotions, and you know what, having knowing what emotion or vibe you're trying to give off, again, can help you in designing and also finding what photos fit that emotion that you're trying to find. So I mentioned the green. I definitely want to have some greens in there, maybe like a softer brown, and I guess drawing inspiration from the flowers, maybe pink and purple, that kind of vibe. But I guess overall, just more like natural, softer colors. I want to blend in with my environment here. And you also want to think about the elements on your board. There are so many ways you can put together your mood board, so thinking ahead of time a bit about the format can help, because if I want to do a lot of like free floating images, then maybe I'm going to need photos with less of a background so I can crop it out to give the look I'm going for. You know, do I need a lot of big images? Am I going for a more textured look? That kind of thing. So figuring out what exactly you want to put, or having a bit of an idea, again, can help you sift through all those photos. Another thing is that where you find inspiration. There are so many places. Your own photos, can you draw something? Social medias like Instagram, Pinterest, that kind of thing. And if you're doing this like not on the computer, then you could also look at magazines or like newspapers, that kind of thing. Yes, so they're another place to find inspiration. So figuring out your style, your color palette, what exactly you want your mood board to look like can help you when you're looking at all those places. And it's also good to consider, like, are you inspired? Sometimes I will look at a photo and I'll be like, well, this should go on my mood board. It does fit with my theme. But the thing is, if I don't have that attraction to it, if you will, if I don't look at it and feel like, yes, this is a femme explore, put it on the board, then don't put it on your board. You know, the point is to give you a clear vision, to convey your message. So if you aren't feeling anything from your photo, say you had to go show this to someone else, like I'm going to show it to you guys, chances are they aren't going to feel anything either, or they aren't going to really get the vibe or the vision that you're trying to project. So go with your gut, go with your feeling. So those tips in mind, I'm gonna go collect all my photos, and then we're gonna talk a bit about how to put everything together. Okay, so we are back. I have all the images for my mood board. So I just want to give you some quick tips that I use when I'm putting together my mood board. So what I like to consider is the format. I talked about a bit before to kind of keep it in mind while you're finding photos, but I think obviously you have to consider format when you're putting it together as well. I really view mood boards as kind of like a puzzle, if you will. So this, how can you see that? This was my plan for my mood board. I wanted to have 3 photos in the center, my colors there, and then just kind of 2 photos on the side, 2 photos on the side. And my mood board is just 8 by 11 paper, and then these little squiggles here would be, I call them freeform pictures, basically just like the images themselves, like no background. So yeah, have a plan before you start trying to put all your photos together. It makes it go smoother. More is less. So I had photos, I had to get rid of some because even though I had a plan, sometimes, you know, when you start to fit everything together, things don't fit, and that's okay. Don't be scared to cut things. You know, sometimes designing is knowing when to stop, knowing when to not add things. And last but definitely not least, don't forget the purpose of your mood board. You know, when you're putting this all together, the point is to give you inspiration, to keep your head clear on what it is exactly you want to convey. Yeah, and what exactly I want this outfit to look like. So just keep that in mind when you're putting things together, because I have this plan in my head, but honestly, it might not fit. It might not, you know, I don't know, give off the right vibe. So yes, as you can see here on my photos, I kind of organize them a bit. So these photos here, here, and here, those are the, like the satchel, the shirt, and the flowers. Those are the 3 diagonal ones I was showing. These ones here, the moss and the pant photos, and the girl in the skirt and the tree bark for some texture. Those are the pictures that are going to kind of be at the edges. And then if we go up a little bit, these photos here are going to be the free falling photos. And what do I mean by that? So I just went ahead and traced the image, and now that I have that tracing selected, I'm also going to select the image behind it. We'll select and right click, make a clipping mask, and there you go. Now it's just the image. And yeah, that is what I'm going to do to all the images that are going like along here. And for the colors, I personally like to take colors from the images that I have. I think it makes it easier to get like a cohesive like color scheme. And also I think like I want the colors natural, so why not get them straight out of certain pictures, like the ones with the flowers and things like that. So for that, I literally just like where is it? I like the circular look, so I just make a circle here, turn on the fill, get out my eyedropper tool, and then just pick something from the flowers or anything like that. And that's what I'm just going to go through and do with a couple of the images just to get the colors that I want. So I'm going to put my mood board together. Yeah, one more thing I wanted to show you, like with mood boards, like the way I'm putting mine together, there are so many ways that you can put mood boards together. You see in the first image, let me just zoom in on that for you guys here. So there's ones like that, you know, kind of how I have with the color scheme and the circles and the images that aren't exactly, they're in an irregular shape. So you can do something like that, mix and match, have photos overlapping, that kind of thing. You can do something a bit more traditional, as you see over here, where everything is kind of square and set in a row. You can do more of, again, something like this with the overlapping photos, and you have like your certain elements that kind of stick out. They're kind of like stickers placed on top. Or you can even do something like this, like more of a collage type of thing. So there's so many ways you can do collages, but just get creative with it. Find something that fits for your vibe. So I will be right back with my finished mood board, and then we can talk about it a little. Okay, so we are back with our finished mood board. Let me zoom in for you guys. So as you can see, I have my color scheme there. For the green, I got it from the moss. The brown, the tree bark there. The blue was from the flowers, and that kind of orange color, I got it from the tops of one of the mushrooms. So with the picture in the middle, and let me just zoom in a little bit more. I feel like, okay, so with the picture in the middle here, and then this picture here, this is where I kind of got like that cottagecore look from. I love the like frilliness of it. I think it is very cute. And obviously you see that like with the flowers. And then the other things I have on here, I have some moss on here again, like for texture. That panel there where it's kind of like a page from an old Banana Republic ad, and I just love the shorts on it, like that kind of safari look. And then I just have like a satchel, because that's how that's my accessory basically. It's how I want to carry my stuff. That's where I'm going to gather all my mushrooms. Notebook for the explorer thing. I put a hunter's knife because, you know what, like I have to live in the wild, like the wilderness, and you know, maybe I am going for a bit of like a feral vibe out here. Then I just put like a compass, and like I like the boot style there. So that is my mood board, just to give you, I hope you can kind of feel the vibe that I'm going for. I like it. It's not too much. So now we're going to move on. With my drawings, I like to do them in pencil first, and then I literally just take a picture and trace it on the computer. In that way it's so much easier to color. I can straighten some of my lines and things like that, because I'm not the best when it comes to like body proportions, that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm going to draw it out quick in pencil, my outfit, show you guys, and then we will digitize it, if you will, and start adding some color. Okay, so here we are back in my mood board to refresh your memory, and then we are going to just go over a little bit so I can show you the drawings. Ooh, okay, here we are. So the shirt, I wanted to have it like how the one in the center of the mood board was, because I loved the frilliness of it. You know, I think like we have to have a little bit of fairy in there, like it is a forest, you know, but still we want to be practical. So we got the pants. Sorry, there's a notification. We got the pants. They are detachable, so they can go from shorts into, from pants into shorts, and they just unzip. I love pants like that. We got a thick waistband because I think it's a vibe, and we have pockets. And then we have a jacket. I just did like oversized rolled cuff, again some more pockets, and that way like I can just put it on or take it off depending on the weather in this forest. So those are just the pictures. I'm gonna be tracing those, and then I did one more drawing. You can see over here just this person kneeling, and I did just the shorts this time just so you can get a different look at it. I did not do the coat because I love the shirt so much, I didn't want to cover it, so I didn't draw it. I'm not going to draw it on the two drawings I have here. So basically all I do is, you can see there, I trace it like that, just have an outline. And then all the inner details, that is what I'm going to fill in when I add my colors. So for all the drawings, I'm going to be doing a outline just like this, and then filling it in with some color. So I'm going to go ahead and put on all my outlines, throw down some base color. We're going to come back and talk about that. Okay, so I am back. So I added the base color to the drawings I did of the individual shirt, pants, and jacket. So with those, I didn't add any shading or anything like that. It's just a simple line drawing, if you will. So that's just the simple drawing there. As you can see here, this is the shirt front and back. This is the jacket front and back, and then we have, let me zoom out a sec, the pants front and back. So I used my color swatches that I have here, just to obviously get the colors onto my clothes or use like variations of that color, as you're about to see in a second. So with these drawings, these are just like line art, so it's not going to be like shaded or anything like the other two drawings I have. But let me just show you. So here it is, just in white, and I did like kind of flowers because I liked it. You know, the like lines you can see in the broad part, it's supposed to be like a ruffled kind of look, but it'll be easier to see in the actual drawings. And then here we have the jacket, front and back, and it's just a simple green jacket, and yeah, a rolled cuff, some pockets. And then these are the pants. So I added different shades of brown. I ended up adding like the green like semicircles because, like, I don't know, like my version of cameo, and I wanted the pants to be more interesting. Okay, so the inside like details, those I'm gonna add when I do the color, but just the outside like outline is not very interesting. So what I like to do is change the width of it here, of the line, just to do something like that, and it makes it look more, I don't know how you guys can see, like look on this sleeve compared to that sleeve, it makes it look more interesting, more like it was drawn by pencil than just thick solid lines, because it doesn't look very nice. And then here I went in and added the shadows where all of those would be. Some of them I might have to add more as I'm drawing, but just like in places where it's like if you have clothing on skin, like it's going to be a bit darker. And then my highlights here, yeah, so highlight shadows, I don't want to get too much into it, but I just wanted to show you like my process. So the next time you see me, we are going to have a finished drawing for this one. Okay, so we are back. It is finished drawing time. I just want to again show you the stuff that we made. So we have the top, nice and frilly. We got that kind of cottagecore look. I tried to do a bit of a flower print on the sleeve here. And then we have our jacket. I drew it, but I didn't put it in the drawing I'm going to show you guys because I like it, but I feel like it covered too much of the outfit. And the shirt I love so much, so I didn't want to cover it up, but just so you know, it's there, you know, should the weather change, we're prepared. And our pants here that are detachable again, so they can either be shorts or long pants, either one, shorts and long pants. We love versatility out here. So here is the final drawing I decided to do. Yeah, I love it. I forgot how much I enjoyed drawing. I had a lot of fun doing this. I did the satchel so we can carry our stuff. I gave the girl a knife just because, like, it is the wilderness. Nature is scary. Yeah, we have our top ready. I had fun doing that one as well. I just keep looking at it and I'm like, I made that. But yeah, and I added a clip in her hair because, you know, I wanted just to put in a little bit more detail. Let me zoom in on the face, but just a little bit more detail, you know, it's the little things, and clips are cute. And I also gave her a scar on her eye because eye scars, nose scars, I think they're interesting, and I also think they're very cute. So it's like, how did she get this scar, you know? What's the story behind it? It adds a bit of mystery. Okay, we love dimensional characters. So yeah, I feel like with our girl here, like, she's been in the forest a little bit, you know, she's not like seasoned, but she can hold her own. And we'll say that the first couple days she was in the forest, like, maybe it didn't go too well. That's the eye scar. But yeah, we have our top, which I'm in love with. I would want this in real life, so maybe I will link that for a future video. But for flower pattern, our bag, and the shorts I was telling you about, I just did they are full pants, but I just did like the shorts, like detached pants. And then we also have the knife there ready to go, whip out. And yeah, and I also did one version of it with a background, you know, her just in a forest chilling on the ground, just so you could get the vibe, you know. Zoom in a little bit. I did like use an effect on it just so it would kind of blend better in the photo, so it's not like the most detailed in this one, but I like it. I think it's like a vibe, you know, her just chilling in the forest, like she's maxing and relaxing out here. So yeah, I had a lot of fun getting on the computer and drawing with you guys. I hope my collage tips were helpful. I'm very excited for next week. I don't want to tell you exactly what it is, but I will give you some clues. It involves frills, barefoot, and abandoned castles. So I will give you 6 whole beans if you can guess the internet scenario we're going to be covering next week. I hope you have an awesome week, and I will see you next Friday.